Assalamu alaikum friends. We need to start the story at the beginning. Do you know that Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of empires? Why? Because many superpower countries enter Afghanistan but return after humiliating themselves. The Britishers came in the 19th century. They had to bear a very humiliating defeat. In the 20th century, the Soviet Union came to Afghanistan and returned back after 9 years with a lot of embarrassment. And in the 21st century, the USA came to Afghanistan and have now returned back with shame. It is believed that the Afghan warriors make it really difficult for any foreign ruler to keep Afghanistan's area occupied. Our today's topic is who are the Taliban and where have they came from. In this video of Science Future, I am going to provide complete history of Taliban in brief, so let us begin. The word Taliban is derived from Pashtun language which means student. Initially the leader of this Taliban group was Mullah Muhammad Umar. He belongs to a very humble background. He came from a very poor household. He was an orphan, as he said himself. His father died when he was only 3 years old. When he grew up, he came to Karachi. Afterwards, he studied at Darul Uloom Haqqaniya in Akora, Cuttack. He had 4 siblings. Obviously, he was under pressure. The circumstances in Afghanistan were unstable. As a result, he was trying hard for his siblings and came twice or thrice to Karachi or Peshawar. Later on, he returned to Kandahar and became an Imam Masjid. He also built a small madrasa there. After that, he participated in jihad. It is said that he was one of the participants of jihad from 1989 onwards, when the Soviets withdrew. Among the jihadi leaders, Maulvi Khalid Sahib was very pious and non-controversial. Mullah Umar and Khalid Sahib together participated in jihad. He remained in the group of Maulvi Muhammad Nabi Muhammad Isa. It was one of the factions of Hizb Islami. It is said that when Soviet withdrawal occurred and Soviet forces left, Mullah Umar did not take part in jihad against the government of Dr. Najib. Afterwards, he settled in a normal life, lived in Kandahar and continued to run his madrasa. Those who have met him say that he was a very shy person and have a very strong build. They say he was 6 feet tall. He was a simple man. There was no showmanship in him. He was a simple man who spoke less and listened more. He had a strict temperament because he lived a very tough life during jihad. However, he was also a very straightforward man. When he became Amirul Mumineen, he was residing in Kandahar, from where he went to visit Kabul twice. He had meetings with international leaders. Ambassador of Pakistan like Abrar Sahib, also then Consul General in Kandahar, has written in his book that Mullah Muhammad Umar was a simple man with strong nerves. His faith in Islam was very strict. When he was Amirul Mumineen and when the USA arrived in Afghanistan in October 2001, he was in Kandahar and left on a motorcycle with his companions. Since he had no picture due to him being very staunch, no one could recognize him. Some say he went to Zabul for a year. He lived in a very ordinary place. Later on, it was reported that during this time he also visited Karachi and Kyoto. Gradually in 2002, he began to live in seclusion. In 2003 and 2004, he started organizing the movement again. From 2004 to 2007, there was no much strength in his movement, but gradually it gained momentum. So he is considered the founder of Taliban. He formed this group with 50 students. They were more extremely followers of Islam. Taliban also believed in the ideology of Pashtun nationalism. Initially, Pakistan and Saudi Arabia supported the Taliban, and it is said that America created Taliban by supplying weapons to the Mujahideen in order to ruin the efforts of bringing democracy into Afghanistan. And an environment was created that enabled the birth of the Taliban. By September 1996, the Taliban had successfully captured Kabul and established the Islami Emirat of Afghanistan. It is said common people were supportive of the Taliban because they could finally expect some stability in the country. The fight going on for so many years was at an end, and Taliban indeed makes some areas of Afghanistan peaceful. Taliban banned number of items in Afghanistan like cinema, TV, music, VCR, chess, kite flying, photography, clean shave, foreigners, UN officials, NGOs, it was compulsory to keep a beard for men and women had to keep their bodies covered in burqas. A very important part of Afghanistan's cultural history were statues of Buddha. Those were destroyed by the Taliban. In the late 1990s, some forces tried to fight the Taliban. These are known as the Northern Alliance. Ahmad Shah Massoud was their head. But in 2001, the Northern Alliance loses this fight and Ahmad Shah Massoud gets killed as well. Only 2 days after it happened, another group, Al-Qaeda, conducts the 9/11 attacks in the USA, an attack that changed the entire world. The leader of Al-Qaeda at the time was a Saudi Osama bin Laden. Taliban helps to shelter Osama bin Laden, giving him safe harbor in their country. Osama bin Laden writes a letter to America in which he writes that the 9/11 attack were a revenge for what America was doing in countries like Somalia, Libya, Afghanistan. He gives a justification by saying that America was committing war crimes against Muslims in those countries. So they took revenge against America by 9/11 attacks. It makes America want to take revenge for the 9/11 attacks. So America sends its forces to Afghanistan. America then conducts airstrikes on Afghanistan at places where they think these groups are hiding. But obviously if airstrikes are conducted, then some civilians would also get killed. It would not happen that when bombs would be dropped and only these groups would die. So civilians are also killed in it. But with the support of the Northern Alliance, by December 2001, Taliban is totally pushed back by the USA. Ahmad Shah Massoud's aide Hamid Karzai becomes the new president. In 2004, a new constitution is adopted in Afghanistan yet again. Elections takes place and more than 60 lakh Afghans vote in this election. Karzai wins this election and becomes the new president of Afghanistan. He establishes some good relations with India. On the other hand, the USA conducts bombing and airstrikes in Pakistan to eliminate the hideouts of the Taliban. In 2011, Osama bin Laden was killed by the USA forces. In 2015, it is found that Mullah Umar, the first and original leader of Taliban, has died in 2013 due to an illness. During all this, the USA has dispatched its army to Afghanistan to maintain peace and to keep Taliban in check. Additionally, as a support to the new democratic government in Afghanistan, but even after years, Taliban is still not wiped out. But the group keeps popping up at different places. In February 2020, while Trump was the president of the USA, shockingly, he starts peace talk with the Taliban, meaning that the USA government starts a dialogue with the Taliban. They say that if Taliban cuts off its relations with other groups like Al-Qaeda, then America will withdraw its forces and America will leave Afghanistan. Because the American forces in Afghanistan required a lot of funding, more than $2 trillion were spent for them, and Americans were against it too. The Americans questioned why they were fighting a war that was not theirs. They were in a country for 20 years where their people, their soldiers were getting killed and they were not even getting anything from it. In 2021, Taliban is the most powerful it had ever been. More than 85,000 fighters are fighting for Taliban. Now when Joe Biden is the president of America, he continues with Donald Trump's policy and decides to withdraw the American troops from Afghanistan. America says that it is not their concern, they would get their troops out of the place. Many people have questioned if the purpose of America for staying there was revenge. Then even after Osama bin Laden was killed in 2011, why did America let its troops be in Afghanistan? Then why did not they withdraw their army? On the other hand, if Americans' purpose of staying in Afghanistan was to make Afghanistan a democratic country and to end Taliban, then that purpose has not been accomplished even a bit. America has completely failed in this aspect because Taliban is in power again and is at its peak right now. Now Afghanistan in present is under the control of Taliban completely and Afghanistan government is overthrown. What do you think about this video? Comment below to let me know. In last, learn to accept each other and promote tolerance and unity. I hope you found this video informative. Let us meet in next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.